Just had to come refill my argon. Bought it for like the second time in like 2 weeks, doing all these turbo things, you know, the turbo cars the last couple weeks, eating the gas up. But we got a fresh bottle back here. I'm at Vern Lewis. I gotta get some breakfast. Let's go grab some breakfast and then let's head down to the shop and get some work done. And hopefully we can call it an early day and maybe do something else. Maybe even just putt around in the BMW this evening or something through the GoPro on. I don't know. It's already definitely. I forgot my watch. It's already deathly hot though. I just, like you guys saw, we're already over 100 degrees and it's only gonna get hotter today. E-brake went out. And yeah, anyway, welcome to the channel. Welcome back to the channel, I should say. Welcome to the video. Let's have some fun. You know when you get your coffee and you can tell it's not gonna be right by the color? Sadly, just swung by McDonald's to grab a little sausage muffin, biscuit, fucking whatever, and coffee. And yeah, normally I just get the vanilla iced coffee. It's casual, it's whatever, and a little bit off white. It's like straight brown. It's not even iced. It's like lukewarm at best. It's gonna be one of those days, man, but we ain't gonna let it. We're gonna make this cool ass 4-inch exhaust finish up, and we're going. Well, we ain't gonna hear it. Whatever. Yeah, I don't know. Tell you what, that gym stuff really be paying off when I'm trying to do stuff like this by myself. Lifting the bottles up. These things are not heavy. I mean, you can see this thing's almost as tall as I am. Oh, this lid is all crusty. Oh. So before I go eat my breakfast, I'll show you guys really quick what I've been up to this last, you know, probably 3-4 days. Right after I finished the Dodge Stratus, which the turbo kit's over there because I'm waiting on the payment for it. But other than that, so I already got the intercooler mounted. I made some brackets. So the bottom ones aren't too fancy, but you know, very functional. The top ones are a little bit more fancy. You can see that one's got like the notch in it. They both got, you know, dimple dies mounted to the frame rail support. So it's on there. Charge piping is all done. Blow off valve is on that side because we're limited on space on this side. And then, yeah, so that's all done. And what I've been working on for the last 2 days was here is the downpipe. So I got a nice bracket coming up on the transmission up there. Got 202 sensor ports up there with a flex pipe. And then I even got my new name tags, which let me show you guys those because I'm proud of these because I'm very, very basic beginner stages of drawing parts and I drew these. So these are the steel ones. There we go. That's the steel one. And this is the new aluminum one. And of course I'll make more later, but that's it. Oh yeah, and then I also, it was in the last video, but nobody caught it. Granted, because my videos are getting trash views right now. But I finally went and upgraded to like a quote-unquote real welding helmet. This is the Miller Digital Elite. This was like almost 350 bucks. Night and absolute day difference from this helmet to the other one. So this is like their upper tier helmet, whereas my one over there on the MIG welder that I always have been using for a while, that's like their entry series. And that one's still a good helmet, but it's been wigging out really bad because it's only got 2 sensors. This light up here trips it out. But this thing has 4 sensors on the front, and I think it has 7 total, but this one also picks up on the electromagnetic waves. So it's just a fantastic helmet. It's so clear. But this is what I've been working on yesterday. And this is, you know, obviously a little bit bigger than you're probably thinking, because I can stick my whole arm in here. So yeah, that's this is a fat boy. Don't shoot the messenger or the guy doing the work in this case. It's not my car, I'm just doing what the guy says, and you know, we're doing a 4-inch exhaust. Now, if you don't remember, this 2J, or this ChrisSadowski has a built 2J in it. It's a, I believe, a GTE head with a GE bottom end. So I forget exactly how built it is, but I'm pretty sure it's, you know, crank, you know, sleeves, everything, like rods, pistons, blah, 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 blah. So whatever, you know, 2Js, 6 cylinders, they flow a lot of gas. I know 4-inch isn't exactly uncommon on like Supras and stuff like that, so he figured what the difference, whatever. Built 2J ChrisSadowski, built 2J Supra, so that's whatever. But anyway, the first time building a 4-inch exhaust, let me tell you, it is an absolute metric butt ton of welding, because each welding joint right like that you see, is all just a hair over a foot of weld per joint. So I already did the math, and so far in the exhaust, by the time I'm done, because I didn't want to bore you guys to build more exhaust crap like I've been doing for quite a while lately, is just went ahead and built everything. I'm trying to get this thing knocked out so we can get to the BMW stuff, the fun stuff, at least for me. So this is the last of it right here. I got 2 more pie cuts here and 2 more pie cuts here, and then the rest of this V-band joint to weld. And this thing is all done. And unfortunately, we won't get to hear it because the car doesn't run yet, but it's definitely going to come back when it's, you know, running. And it's got a little bit more fab work when it comes, you know, back to me anyway, building like a bash bar and stuff, probably a rear one as well. But yeah, the exhaust is turning out beautifully. It is, you know, big, so it can only tuck so high. The midsection here I tucked up very well, if I do say so myself. And had to use all pie cuts because we only have straight material. Because even the 4-inch, I just had to go buy another 5-foot stick of it. It's almost $200 for this stick right here. Well, this plus like another foot, $200. Well, 179, but yeah. And then 4-inch V-band, like it's money, dude. Good for me, and guy's getting what he wants. But yeah, 4-inch is not cheap. And I'm, you know, just in labor alone on this exhaust, I'm probably around $1,200, $1,300. Like, ain't cheap. Hanger up there. Got to build one more hanger. Well, actually, no, I got the hanger on the back. So, yeah. Anyway, ran out of gas using, you know, building all this yesterday because, again, it takes so much stinking argon to weld this thing out. So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead, eat some breakfast really quick. We'll knock this thing out, and then we'll move on. Only thing that's left after that is I got to modify the dump pipe to fit. And then, because my bracket that I put up here on the downpipe is kind of in the way of where it was, and it was a close fit anyway, so modify it to fit. And then make a little tab for the catch can up top, and we're done. We're done. This thing's going home. And this boy just been sleeping.
I'm busy.
Yeah, busy putting mismatched parts on his car, so I don't even know where he picked this thing up, Marketplace or something.
Yeah.
And then this man's just sold his real CR lip, or not CR, OEM, right?
Yeah, well, it's right over there, but yeah, I'm just
Oh yeah, the OEM lip, which are really hard to find, especially color match. So like, yeah, he sold that so he could do a rep one.
Yeah, I'd rather explode a wrap lip than a OEM lip, so yeah.
Yeah, and he literally means that, because if you think something's missing here, it's because it is, because he's a fox hunter certified.
Oh yeah, so yeah. How about that? That's why the grill's missing.
Yeah, and then he's still tracing down little issues with this thing too, because after I didn't film it because he was having the video done. And then, long story short, long day filming, far out of town, go into the town that was close to where we were to get some food, and then car stalls. We spent a while, you know, trying to mess with it, and then here we are like 3 weeks later, 2 weeks later, and it's still having issues.
Yeah, so the first thing we thought it was the idle air control valve, because we disconnected it and the car started like idling weird, but it wouldn't shut off. And then after that, we just kind of limped it home. Car was running super rich, and then we swapped out what was it? Coil packs. So 2 of my coil packs were dead. Checked the sparks; those were good. They were still pretty new, iridium NGK ones. And then I ended up taking it to a shop. It ended up being the fuel pressure regulator. Brought it back. Car was good, and the VTEX didn't engage. So then Chris actually tested it. We tested a continuity test. We grabbed the wire, ran it straight to the battery. The one I had didn't click on, and then we got Javi's from his old motor, and that was clicking. So we swapped that in, and then still nothing. And then my car started making a fucking crazy noise. It sounds like it's supercharged. And then turns out my AC compressor is seizing up because Tristan came through yesterday.
Oh, did he?
And we were testing it, yeah. So the AC compressor is like toast.
All right, I am fed. Ended up throwing the coffee away because it was gross. So thankfully I had a Red Bull here. And I'm just gonna get cracking on this. Let's finish welding this thing up. We'll time lapse and we'll see how long in a time lapse, which is like 10 times the speed, how long it takes me to weld this last 4 feet of the exhaust. So let's get started. Took me so long that the time lapse, which is in 20-minute intervals, ran out. So I'd say it probably took me about 25-ish minutes to weld this out. And I am sweating like a mother trucker, dude. Like, I don't know if you can see it, but like all the smudges all over, that's all my sweat. So I gotta let this thing cool off, then I'm gonna wipe it down with some acetone to get all the sweat stains off. But this thing is good. She's all finished up, ready to go back up on the car. And yeah, buddy, let's knock this thing out. gosh, look at how moist I am right now. It is disgusting. I'm gonna go drink some water, and I'm gonna run Efren down to go get his AC compressor, or AC charged really quick. So we'll be right back. Gives this thing time to cool. Exhaust is all hung up, dude. This thing is very sturdy. Ain't going nowhere. We got, what, 3 hangers? Well, no. So 2 hangers mounting the exhaust and the 1 fat bracket mounting the downpipe. So we got just enough clearance around here, like less than a finger's gap, but you know, that's good. That's the drive shaft tube. Very tight clearance up here by the diff, but perfect. Shouldn't have any issues, but just to be sure, I'm going to lower the car a little bit and spin the wheels. I have the diff, like the axle, at the lowest point, so we should have plenty of clearance, but I'm going to rotate it just to be safe. Oh, hell yeah, bud. She clears just peachy. And on that note, the exhaust is finito. So all I got to do now is, he's got the wastegate right here. He had this tube, I don't know where he got it. It was already made. But now it's a little too long, so I'm going to have to probably chop it and just re-angle it. And that should fit it. Because right now, before, it was coming out more right here. Obviously, my bracket's in the way, so I just got to kick it over here. Should be pretty quick. And then a little mounting tab up top for the catch can. Finito with the car. Looking good, don't it? What you can see, at least. Got the wastegate, you know, loosely fitted up. And this is, again, the piece that I got to try and make fit. So you can see it's just a little on the long side. So all I think I got to do is just cut here and shorten it up, probably like literally even an inch, like 3/4 inch, 1/2 inch, and that should give me the clearance that I need. And then I don't even think I have to modify this anymore, just shorten that up and should fit. So I'm gonna go ahead and knock this out really quick. Got the dump modified. All I had to do was trim it back like 1.5 inches, and now we're sitting pretty, got plenty of clearance around it. You know, we're solid. I even cleaned up the inside of the pipe and deburred it because whoever cut it didn't do that. So we're done. Just gotta make a, you know, mount the catch can a little bit better up there, and we're ready to ship her. I am gonna pull one of the charge pipes off though and slap a badge on it, since I got the badges after I, you know, finished the pipe. So that'll only take a moment though. But yeah, otherwise we're almost there. So close, this close. New name tag looks dope. This thing's all good to go. Finished up yesterday. Ended up going home for, well, decently early for me. And then started working on the new website, because if you guys, you know, if you've been following me for a while, if you've ever bought anything, it's always gone through a big cartel page, which is fine, and it works to an extent. But the biggest gripe I've always had with it is the lack of personalization, and bigger so the shipping. It's super difficult to do shipping stuff on there, just because they don't let you set individual rates. You can't get anything where, you know, you can have USPS set rates for you or whatever. You got to do it yourself. That's why prices always look so much higher, because shipping was included in that. So I am trying out Squarespace for now, because a lot of the YouTubers I watch advertise for it, and it seems really solid. So the website's up right now. It's velocityracefab.com. At the moment of me filming this clip, it's still not complete. I'm trying to figure out how to get the buttons to work, you know, to take you from, you know, page A to page B type thing, like invoice, or not invoice, like a click here, or like inquire within type thing. It's supposed to take you to a page where it has my information that you can file a thing, like reach out to me, stuff like that. But it's pretty cool. I'm pretty excited for it. It makes me feel that much more legit. Yeah, so that brings us back into today, where we're, you know, getting our morning coffee right now. I got a smaller job today. We got a Mustang, like an early 2000s Mustang, coming in for some O2 sensors to get swapped, and I got to make him some test pipes, because he's got like slip jointed aftermarket cats, and he's thinking the cats are clogged. So he's just trying to get the car diagnosed. So we're just throwing some straight pieces in there for him really quick. Should be a pretty quick day. And then after that, I got to try and get the speedometer working on this thing again on the Ranger, because the more I drive this car, the truck, and the more, you know, I don't know. I need something bigger, so I want to sell this thing. I want to get like a Nissan Frontier, something that has towing capacity. because I'd love to be able to get a trailer in the next year or two, or you know, if I'm starting to go to drift events that I don't trust the car to drive to, there, and from, I want to be able to at least rent like a U-Haul trailer and haul it. And this truck can't even hardly haul my bottle of gas when it's fresh. So yeah, I don't know, just a lot of stuff going on. Just trying to be productive, make use of my time, and that's my biggest killer. Is like when I get home, I get like so overwhelmed with, I don't know, overstimulated is probably the correct thing, that I end up freezing and I do nothing. Like I want to play Xbox, I want to be productive and do stuff on the computer, and then next thing you know, I'm just sitting on my phone for 3 hours, and it's like I hate that. So at least yesterday I spent like 6 hours. I was up to almost 2 working on that website, even went to the gym and stuff. So I don't know, man. Yeah, a lot of you guys are actually hit me up in the DMs because I posted on Instagram that I was messing with that, and a lot of you guys know how to build websites, which I envy your computer skill. Like I'm sure a lot of people envy my fabrication skill, and anybody can learn anything, but I really truly feel like computer knowledge is not part of my brain capacity. Like I legit know how to edit my videos, and that's it. Like that's half the reason I bought a Mac. That way it's synced with my phone and my watch and everything's convenient, but just because it's so simple. Anyway, I'm just kind of rambling at this point. Let's get our coffee. Let's get down to the shop. Let's fix this Mustang really quick. Got the shop opened up. Got the Mustang pulled in. He was here waiting for me. I was running a few minutes late, if I'm honest. Yeah, nothing crazy, you know. I want to say this is an SN95 Mustang. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not good with this, you know, these platforms. I'm learning as I go. But yeah, we're good. But he did drive it here, you know, so this thing's got to cool off quite a bit before I can get started on it. So got the swamp cooler going, even though it's humid because it finally rained last night. Got the big fan going, so hopefully it cools off relatively quick. Like I kind of got lucky for one. So this is what I was talking about. These are the cats. They're just slip jointed on there. That one's actually leaking quite a bit. And yeah, that one looks like, oh, that one's just missing a clamp, but either way, that one's not long enough. Thankfully the O2 sensors, got one right there, got the other one right up there. So those are both pretty accessible. So I'm stoked. I'm gonna let this cool off a bit, drink my coffee, get cracking. I need to buy a new light. This one sucks. And I definitely gotta say, this was not one of those, oh, it'll be super easy because it's right here. So this car is very rusty, and these O2 sensors are no different. So thankfully, you know, a PB blaster and a little bit of hammering around, shocking it, did the trick. But this one's out. Yeah, now I gotta try and get that one. So I am gonna have to actually drop the tail of the transmission to get the connectors plugged back together. This one was unplugged already, part way, like the clip was pinched, but the one that's way up there, I can't fit my hand up there, so I'm gonna have to try and drop the transmission down slightly. But yeah, we're making moves. One done. All right, stainless pipes built. This one's one solid piece. This one I had to do a weld joint, but it's all good nonetheless. Sensors are good, so we're done here. 11:45, not bad. Did that in about 2 hours, not too shabby. Called it an early day. Efren and I just went and got some lunch, and now I'm heading home. I'm gonna head to actually Home Depot because the cooler that I bought, that bigger swamp cooler, it works pretty well, but I want this slightly bigger one. It's a little bit more money, but dude, it's too hot out here, man. I need it, so I got it in the bed of the truck. I even boxed it up. I just gotta go home, grab the receipt because it's sitting on my computer desk. And yeah, I'm gonna go do that, run some errands, and chill in the air because I need a day off. I mean, tomorrow's my day off, and now I gotta try and get the speedo corrected in this truck. So I'm gonna probably do that and set up the cooler tomorrow. But at least for the rest of today, it's 2:30 in the afternoon. That's the earliest I've been able to leave the shop in like almost a month, which I'm thankful for. But it's definitely whooping my butt. So let's go get a bigger cooler. Hopefully they have it, because they had some when I was there last week. Hopefully they didn't sell out. Back home now. Got me some Dutch Bros. It's hot. I needed some good iced coffee. And just finishing buttoning up the website for what I need it for right now. So here's, you know, my view of it as the editor. And, you know, here would be like the main view of it as one of you guys. But the website's, you know, officially it's up. So like you guys now can come over here to the store and you guys can go buy the new merch. So I got to finish adding the rest of my items. Like right now it's just the 2 bumper bars. I got to add the rear and then like, you know, whatever else I come up with. But in the meantime, you can go right here and get your own Velocity Race Fab t-shirt. On that note, I'm going to wrap this up though. I'm honestly very proud of myself for how computer illiterate I am. I am, again, very just stoked on myself that even with this, I was able to, you know, get this far. So I think the website looks awesome. Like, some of you guys probably do this stuff and think it's dumb, but I'm stoked. It'd be no different than, you know, you guys learning how to, you know, just do some basic, you know, change your oil or MIG weld or something, and me just being like, oh, yeah, see, you wouldn't like that, would you? Anyway, I'm hyped. Hopefully you guys enjoy the website. I know on the last video of doing the bucket seat install on the BMW, I threw in the comments that the site was ready, but now you guys are seeing it as I'm finishing it right now, and I think we're good. So anyways, guys, thanks for spending some time out of your day here with me, just hanging out, doing a vlog, getting some work done. And hopefully you enjoyed it. If you like this video better than just hanging out at the shop, if you like my day-to-day more, let me know in the comments down below. I know a lot of you guys don't really care. You guys just like supporting me, which is awesome. But, you know, I like doing whatever. I just like filming. So if you guys want to see more day-to-day, just let me know in the comments down below. If you wanted me to keep it strictly work-related, just let me know. Anyway, guys, do what you love. Forget about the rest. Go get some merch. We'll see you in the next one. Peace out.